What should be included in your recommendation letters or testimonials that you may plan to submit for your PR application? This is the topic of discussion. And what I'm referring to is a testimonial or a recommendation letter, not the cover letter itself. Now, generally, it is recommended that you should include some in your application. So, these recommendation letters, reference letters, or may be called as testimonials, these are generally given by your friends or your colleagues, or maybe even by your seniors from the company in which you are working. So, what happens for this kind of letters? People generally search on the web and they download some formats and fill up their details and get it signed from their friends or colleagues. However, that is not a right approach. And if you get letter like this, that might hurt your application rather than helping you. So I'm going to show you two examples. First example, which is obviously not really having any value, and how a proper letter should be written. So here is the first example. And now if you see in this, to whomsoever it may concern, I have known Emily Blunt in a professional capacity since she joined my office as a dental assistant. I quite impressed with her enthusiasm and her knowledge of dentistry along with her eagerness in working in real-time environment. Now I will not read this letter entirely. If you want, you can pause the video and go through what is written over here. But the key point that I noticed that such a letter doesn't have any value. And why it is not having any value is because you will see there are lot of phony language words used like exceptional, adept, impressive, liking challenges, multitask and professionalism. I've highlighted those over here. But the problem is there are no facts to support. Now think for a moment, if you are in a position of authority, suppose you are recruiting somebody for your company and this kind of letter comes for your consideration, how much value will you put on this? And a bigger problem is that people will generally get these kind of multiple letters from multiple people. So as such, these kind of letters don't carry any value and I will recommend not to attach anything of this sort. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to show you one real letter which is written for a specific client. Now what I have done, I have removed all the references to amounts and real people. I just changed the name to some generic. So this is one sample letter and as you see this is given on company letterhead. So where possible try to get it on a company letterhead. If not possible obviously then you don't have choice. On the top part here the details of the person who is giving recommendation are mentioned and they are also again repeated at the bottom. It says letter to ICA additional information about John Doe. So if I scroll down to the main body, this letter I will read it out. The letter serves to certify that Mr. John Doe is a co-founder of Acme Consulting and is working as a director share services, accounting and tax from September 2014, drawing a salary of XX dollars. I co-founded Acme Consulting with John Doe in year 2011. John has contributed immensely in each stage of building Acme Consulting as a startup. John closely worked with me in developing online web presence, internet marketing, process automation, and use of cloud technology to harness capabilities of customer relationship management and workflow automation software. John showed great leadership skill in developing and managing group of clients, service providers, and our own staff, a team of 50 people. On 15th April 2016, BigCorp Global Pty Limited acquired Acme Consulting for purchase consideration of Singapore dollar X million. John's percentage shareholding in Acme Consulting Pty Limited was valued at Singapore dollar and the amount and was fully acquired by BigCorp Global Pty Limited. BigCorp Global Pty Limited is backed by investor as a key shareholder and the investor is one of the largest European private equity fund with Euro 35 billion in raised capital and Euro 22 billion in investment across 170 companies. I am looking forward to partner with John in my future business ideas I believe that he will be an asset to Singapore emerging startup environment. It would be appreciated of ICA providing him support for his citizenship application. And again, the details of the person who is giving along with his mobile phone number are given below. So now if I come back to the presentation, the specific thing that you will note in this kind of right letter are as follows. The letter has supporting facts. So it's not that it is only saying that the person is professional, exceptional, brilliant and all that, but the facts have been explained in the letter. There are very less phony words. I think there were two or three, but not more than that. It is written in a straight, clear, and to the point manner. It talks about one key important demonstrable performance of that person in his job. It is coming from the person who was directly involved either in monitoring the performance or in overall management. So, generally, from a person in the authority is giving this letter. The letter is verifiable in the sense if ICA wants, they can actually contact that person and verify whether he has really given it and whether he was really part of Acme Consulting Pte Limited. The next point is it also mentions numbers, which is very important because you can write anything about any person, but when you write numbers, the numbers talk for themselves. For example, he was exceptional in developing our team, and another statement that he developed and managed a team of 50 people has clearly different meaning and different implication. The second sentence is very clear and the number 50 speaks for itself. Obviously, this letter needs to be customized for you. You cannot use any template. You have to find something best thing that you have done, some best performance, best achievement. And on that basis, you have to write this letter. Now, this letter talked about developing a business and selling it to a private equity investor. Obviously, in everybody's life, you are not going to have this kind of situation. But you still need to find it out what exactly you did best. Maybe you ran some project for your company in which you have shown very good performance. So you can think about those kind of instances and try to get recommendation letter for the same. Some other thing that you need to note is generally try avoiding getting letters from friends or colleagues because these kind of letters don't really talk anything. Friends will just say that he is a good person and he is of a good character, but that is expected for everybody when you are applying for PR. The next point is how many letters you should try to get. I generally recommend maximum 2 letters, not more than that, because here quality is important and you have to really focus on the exceptional thing that you did. So you are not going to have so many exceptional things that you can produce 8, 10 letters. If you produce more than 2 letters, then authorities may have a doubt about the authenticity. So generally recommended is maximum 2. The letter should talk of an event or performance preferably which is recent and relevant to your current profile. If you have done something great 15 years back, then that may not count that much. At the same time, if you don't have anything recent, then still cover whatever is available. And it must be verifiable. And the last thing that I want to highlight is some people, they try to get letter from their grassroots leader or local MP. Again, frankly, these kind of letters don't have much weightage because authorities know that MP doesn't know you really that well. Because MP might be writing hundreds of letters in a year in this manner. So obviously those letters do not really count in your application. Now one question here is are these letters relevant only for PTS scheme, meaning those who are working and are in employment? So it is not necessary. The example that I showed was actually for a citizenship application, but it can be very well adopted for a PTS scheme also. If you are a student, let's say, then you can include your academic excellence letter. For example, your professor might write about your performance and how good and how well contributing you were. Or if you are a spouse who is applying for PR on the basis of your spouse who is PR or citizen, then you can include your work related letter as well. See, any recommendation letter properly written will be helpful for your application. So, whatever is possible, try to get. You might have done some social service somewhere in Singapore, and that you can include. But keep the point in mind that don't get something a generic letter from your grassroots leader. The one key principle to follow, always check for the relevancy of that letter and importance. It should be something important and worthwhile. Generic letters you should try to avoid as much as possible. So, in summary, recommendation letters can add value to your application only if it is written in a right manner by a right person. Generically written recommendation letters without proper facts and context generally do not have much value.
Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel today. PR Application is a leading immigration consultancy company in Singapore.